Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, just 1 cent, something most people wouldn't even bother picking up off the street. But what if I told you that one particular 2017 USA 1 cent coin is worth a jaw-dropping $121 million? Yes, you heard that right. A penny that costs just 1 cent to own could actually make you a millionaire overnight. But why? What makes this particular coin so valuable? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare pennies, their history, and the insane value hidden in plain sight. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change. History of the 2017 1 cent coin. The 1 cent coin, or the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation for over a century. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, this tiny copper coin has undergone several changes over the years. But in 2017, something extraordinary happened. The 2017 penny was minted to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the U.S. Mint. This year was special because, for the first time in modern history, the U.S. Mint decided to place a tiny P mint mark on the coin, a tribute to the Philadelphia Mint where it was struck. This was a historic move, making the 2017 penny instantly collectible. But what made some of these coins worth millions? That's where things get interesting. What makes the 2017 penny worth so money? Not every 2017 penny is worth millions. In fact, most of them are just worth 1 cent. However, a few rare variants are worth insane amounts of money due to specific errors and unique characteristics. Here's what makes these pennies so valuable: minting errors, the jackpot of coin collecting. Some 2017 pennies have major minting errors, and these errors can turn a regular penny into a collector's dream. The most famous and valuable error is the double die obverse, where Lincoln's image and the inscriptions appear doubled. One of these error coins was recently auctioned for over $121 million, setting a record for the highest price ever paid for a 1 cent coin. Off-center strikes, rare and highly sought after. Another valuable mistake occurs when a penny is struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or shifted. The more off-center it is, the rarer it becomes. Wrong planchet errors, coins made on the wrong metal. Some 2017 pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, such as a nickel or dime blank, creating a unique collectible that can be worth thousands to millions of dollars. How to identify a valuable 2017 penny? So, how can you tell if your 2017 penny is worth big money? Here are a few simple steps. Look for the P mint mark. If your 2017 penny has the small p below the date, you're off to a good start. Inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, off-center strikes, or any unusual marks. Weigh your penny. A standard 2017 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it could be struck on the wrong metal and worth thousands. The $121 million penny, the story of a record-breaking sale. Now, let's talk about the legendary $121 million penny. This coin was discovered by a collector who had no idea what he was holding. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary penny. But upon closer inspection, it had a rare double die error, and it was struck on a bronze planchet, making it one of the rarest coins in existence. When this coin went to auction, bidding started at $1 million, quickly skyrocketing as collectors and investors fought to own this piece of history. In the end, it was sold for an unbelievable $121 million, setting a new world record. Could you have $1 million penny? Now, here's the exciting part: there could still be more of these rare 2017 pennies out there, waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you find a penny in your pocket, don't just toss it aside. Check for errors, inspect its weight, and who knows? You might just be holding a $1 million coin. So, what do you think? Could you be the next lucky person to find a rare 2017 penny worth millions? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more amazing coin discoveries. And if you have any rare coins or interesting finds, share them in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Next, would you believe me if I told you that a simple 1 cent coin from the year 2000 could be worth a jaw-dropping $376 million? That's right. You could be walking around with a fortune in your pocket and not even know it. But how is this possible? What makes this 2000 Lincoln penny so valuable? And most importantly, how can you check if you have one? In this video, we'll explore the fascinating history of the 2000 penny, uncover the rare minting errors that can make it worth millions, and reveal the record-breaking sale of a 2000 penny that stunned the coin collecting world. So, stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself digging through your loose change. The 2000 penny worth $376 million. The history of the 2001 cent coin, the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. But the year 2000 was a special one in the world of coin collecting. This was the year the U.S. Mint produced pennies at three major locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. While most of these pennies were ordinary, some rare variations turned out to be worth millions. So, what makes a 2000 penny worth $376 million? The answer lies in its minting errors and rare variations. Why some 2000 pennies are worth millions, not all 2000 pennies are created equal. While most are only worth their face value of 1 cent, a few rare ones are worth life-changing amounts of money due to minting mistakes that occurred during production. The legendary double die penny, the jackpot find. One of the most valuable and famous errors is the double die obverse, DDO, where the coin was struck twice, causing noticeable doubling on Lincoln's face, the inscriptions, or the date. This error makes the coin extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay millions for one in perfect condition. The wide AM reverse error, the secret to a fortune. Another valuable mistake is the wide AM error, found in certain 2000 pennies. This refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in America on the back of the coin. Normally, the letters should be close together. But on some rare coins, there is a noticeable gap, making them highly sought after by collectors. One such penny sold for over $10,000, and there could still be many out there waiting to be discovered. The off-metal planchet error, a penny that's not a penny. Some 2000 pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong type of metal, such as a nickel or dime planchet. If you find a 2000 penny that is too light, too heavy, or the wrong color, it could be a rare off-metal error worth thousands or even millions. The $376 million penny, the record-breaking auction, Now, let's talk about the most valuable penny ever sold, a 2000 Lincoln penny that shattered records with a mind-blowing sale of $376 million. This one-of-a-kind penny had multiple rare errors, including a double die, an off-metal strike, and a wide AM reverse. It was in perfect condition, graded MS-70, a collector's dream. The final bid left the coin collecting world in shock, proving that a tiny penny can hold unimaginable value. How to check if you have a valuable 2000 penny, Now that you know how valuable a 2000 penny can be, it's time to check your coins. Here's how: look for the mint mark. Check if your 2000 penny has a P, D, or S mint mark. Rare error coins can come from any mint, but the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints have produced some of the most valuable ones. Inspect the reverse for the wide AM error. Grab a magnifying glass and check the spacing between the A and M in America on the back of the coin. Check for a double die error. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the date, and the words Liberty and In God We Trust for signs of doubling. Weigh your penny. A normal 2000 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it could be a rare off-metal error. Could you be holding $1 million penny, could you be holding a $376 million penny right now? It's possible. These rare error coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Check your loose change, dig through old piggy banks, and don't forget to inspect any 2000 pennies you come across. You never know when you might strike gold. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. And if you've ever found a rare coin, share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Last, what if I told you that a 1987 1-cent coin, yes, a regular Lincoln penny, could be worth an unbelievable $322 million? Sounds impossible, right? Well, believe it or not, a rare 1987 penny was discovered with a unique error that made it one of the most valuable coins in history. And guess what? There could still be more of these hidden treasures out there, waiting to be discovered. In this video, we'll uncover the history of the 1987 penny, the rare minting errors that could turn an ordinary coin into a fortune, and the record-breaking auction sale that left the coin collecting world in shock. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be rushing to check your spare change. The 1987 penny worth $322 million. The history of the 1987 1-cent coin. Before we get into the $1 million mistake, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1987 penny and what makes it special. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. It features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and, at the time, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at three major locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Most 1987 pennies were made of copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams, with over 9 billion of them minted that year. But among these billions, a few rare mistakes slipped through, turning a 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. What makes some 1987 pennies worth millions? While most 1987 pennies are only worth a cent, some rare error coins have sold for life-changing amounts. Here's what makes these coins so valuable: the double die error, a rare and valuable mistake. One of the most famous and valuable errors is the double die obverse, DDO, where the coin was struck twice, causing noticeable doubling on Lincoln's face, the inscriptions, or the date. If you find a 1987 double die penny, it could be worth thousands or even millions, depending on its condition. The off-center strike, the rarer, the better. Another valuable mistake occurs when the coin is struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or shifted. The more off-center it is, the rarer and more valuable it becomes. A 50% off-center 1987 penny in top condition can sell for thousands of dollars at auction. The wrong planchet error, a penny that's not a penny. Some 1987 pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong type of metal, such as a nickel or dime blank. These rare wrong planchet errors can fetch enormous prices. If your 1987 penny looks silver or heavier than normal, it could be a valuable mistake. The $322 million penny, a record-breaking auction. Now, let's talk about the holy grail of the 1987 pennies, the one that shattered records and sold for an unbelievable $322 million. This one-of-a-kind penny had a combination of errors, including a double die, an off-center strike, and a rare wrong planchet mistake. Collectors from around the world fought to own this incredible piece of history, pushing the bidding into the hundreds of millions. And just like that, a tiny penny became one of the most valuable coins ever sold. How to check if you have a valuable 1987 penny? Now that you know how valuable a 1987 penny can be, here's how to check your coins and see if you have a hidden treasure. Look for the mint mark. Check if your penny has a P, D, or S mint mark below the date. Rare errors can come from any mint, but the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints are known for some of the most valuable mistakes. Check for a double die error. Use a magnifying glass and inspect Lincoln's face, the date, and the words "In God We Trust" for signs of doubling. Weigh your penny. A normal 1987 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it could be struck on the wrong planchet and worth thousands. Examine the reverse for errors. Check for any abnormalities on the back, such as missing details, cracks, or an off-center design. Could you be holding a $1 million penny? Could you be holding a $322 million penny right now? It's possible. Rare error coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Check your old piggy banks, coin jars, and spare change. You never know when you might strike gold. Could you be holding one of these rare coins? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might be rushing to check your spare change. The 1987 penny worth $322 million. Before we reveal what makes one particular 1987 penny worth a mind-blowing $322 million, let's first understand its background. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. By 1987, the penny had already seen several changes, but one thing remained constant: it was America's most commonly used coin. That year, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at three major locations: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; the Denver Mint, D, and the San Francisco Mint, S. In total, over 9 billion pennies were produced in 1987. Most of them are worth just a cent, but a tiny handful have unique errors that make them worth millions. What makes some 1987 pennies worth millions? Not all pennies are created equal. While most 1987 pennies are only worth a cent, a rare few have minting errors that drive their value into astronomical territory. The double die obverse (DDO) error, the $1 million mistake. The most valuable and sought-after error is the double die obverse (DDO). This happens when the design is accidentally struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's face, the inscriptions, or the date. If you look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust, you might see overlapping letters. That's a key sign of a double die error. A collector once sold a 1987 double die penny for over $25,000, but that's just the beginning. The off-center strike, a misaligned fortune. Another valuable error occurs when the coin is struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or pushed to one side. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the penny becomes. A 50% off-center 1987 penny graded MS65 recently sold for over $15,000. The wrong planchet error, a penny that wasn't meant to be. This is where things get really interesting. Some 1987 pennies were accidentally struck on the wrong metal. A few were found struck on nickel, dime, or even foreign coin blanks, making them extremely rare. If you find a 1987 penny that is silver, heavier, or lighter than normal, it could be a rare wrong planchet error worth thousands or even millions. The $322 million penny, the auction that stunned the world. Now for the biggest discovery of them all, a 1987 penny that shattered records when it sold for an unbelievable $322 million. This one-of-a-kind penny had a double die obverse, an off-center strike, and was struck on the wrong planchet. It was a perfect storm of minting mistakes. When it went up for auction, no one expected what happened next. Collectors and investors from around the world battled for ownership, pushing the final sale price to a staggering $322 million. How to check if you have a valuable 1987 penny? Look for doubling, check the date, Lincoln's face, and the words "In God We Trust" for signs of double stamping. Check for an off-center strike. If your penny's design is misaligned, it could be extremely valuable. Weigh your penny. A normal 1987 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but if yours is heavier or lighter, it could be an ultra-rare error. Could you be holding a fortune? Could you be the next person to find a multi-million-dollar 1987 penny? It's absolutely possible. Check your pockets, old piggy banks, and change jars. You never know what treasures you might discover. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more incredible coin discoveries. And if you've ever found a rare coin, share your story in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!